Sorry.
Like the
For what? What is it happening? I don't know.
I got this run, you read this night, I have tomorrow.
We are.
Yeah, you know.
Don't know.
Yeah, we can. Reason for to go back. Huh?
2 minutes. 1 minute.
Ain't that? Put it back in the box. Put it back. I'll get a question. Yeah, okay. Great, so. Yeah, no, yes. I have time.
I've gone there. Anyone who comes And then it goes, we're like, this is it. No, I'm not saying. Okay, fair enough. We are right here. Thanks, yes. That's fine. The test. They'll be okay. I do feel. Because we can have fun by it. No, hurry on, ready to go. And how was your test? Good. Fantastic. It's because you weren't. You weren't. I saw the one.
I know that. Wait, let me.
It was frozen. I don't know.
I now call this meeting to order at 5:02 PM.
We're getting to that.
Um. Director Kasaka, can you please lead us in the flight song? We're now going to move into a roll call.
Am I? It is.
President Ali, Vice President Britton,
Present.
Treasurer Allen, Chief of Staff Hurley, Deputy Chief of Staff Bullock, Director Green, Assistant Director Burton, Director Bryant, Director Matthews, Director Flui, Assistant Director Alamni, Director Reyes,
Present.
Assistant Director Paredes, Director Kasaka, Director Dalton, Assistant Director Geiger, Director Thomas, Director Elliott, Assistant Director Fitzgerald, Director Morgan, Assistant Director Mitchell, Director Brown, Assistant Director Arobike, Representative Hannah, Representative Abenes, Representative Davis, Representative Andrew,
Present.
Representative Guilford, Representative Osazua, Graphic Designer Lizingwork, Photographer Lahai, Videographer Ginaja, President Pro Tempore Kelly, Government Operations Chair Farrell, Appropriations Chair Miller, Senator Atalogu, Senator Cohn, Senator Trejo, Senator Salmon, Senator Conte, Senator Kim Jabu, Senator Jonas, Senator Williams, Senator Rivera Forbes, Senator Williams, Senator Hastings, Senator Villieco, Senator Fufak, Senator Stanley, Senator Rhines, Chief Justice Olojo, Deputy Chief Justice Blanton, Associate Justice Nikita, Associate Justice Hayes Moore, Associate Justice Olua.
Okay. We are now going to move into approval of the minutes. Minutes are approved. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Appropriations Chair Miller.
I'd like to motion to amend the agenda to include Finance Bill 4 and the amended version of Budget Bill 3.
Are there any seconds? I second. Thank you, Senator K. Williams. With a vote of 12-0-0, the amendments to the agenda have been approved. Are there any other amendments to the agenda? Okay, hear none, see none. Are there any public participation / student concerns? Senator Rhines?
everyone. So yes, I'm Senator Ryan Imani Ryan, the freshman senator for the 105th SGA administration. Up here, join with me are members of the freshman council. And so on Friday, or this is just me kind of bringing something to you guys' attention. So on Friday at 3 p.m., I had the pleasure of sitting in on a freshman council meeting, where it's like every other meeting, except when I went in, they were in the middle of talking about concerns that they had. And the concerns that they had weren't within the internal procedures of the freshman council. The council was very close and it was an enjoyable meeting, but they all kind of related or agreed on one thing, and that was their experience within the wider SGA. So freshman council feels like they're treated without respect, or kind of like feels like they're treated with not as much respect as general body members are. Freshman council isn't very legitimized within the broader eyes of SGA, and we have a council where we're supposed to be representing all students of Towson, but the freshman population isn't properly represented if the concerns of the freshman council aren't properly heard. And that's what this council feels like, through denied event requests, through lack of SGA apparel that all members are supposed to get. The council just feels like there isn't the same amount of respect for them as there are for senators, justices, executive cabinet, et cetera. And I think that we should all pay attention to these concerns, especially if we pride ourselves in properly representing all student populations in Towson, and listening to a freshman council member, talking to a freshman council member. I mean, really, seriously. Raise of hands here, actually. How many people could name me the freshman council e-board? Okay, so I hope that we can see how problematic that is. At this time, I would ask you guys to ask our two representatives of freshman council questions about their experience so you can better understand. And if anything I said wasn't clear or didn't make sense, please ask.
And I will say that since this is public participation slash student concerns, there's 2 minutes allotted per speaker. You went a little over there, but I let it slide. There's 2 minutes allotted per speaker and only 20 minutes allotted per subject. So we've got 18 minutes left in this subject, and if anyone wants to speak, they can now or provide any type of clarification. Senator Selman?
I would also like to piggyback on Senator Ryan's statement. As most of you know, I sat on transfer council last semester. It was hard for me to understand what was expected of me in my position. And I grew very close with Savion over that semester, but I definitely have seen him grow, and I see that he wants to take further steps. Something that I personally thought of is eliminating the council. Whereas you see our URG representative represents all resident life. With just one person, that was just an idea that I had. So I'd love to work with anybody on that or provide further support.
Director Thomas?
Hello, so I'm the director of new student development, and I have been trying my best to give us events and try to get everybody shirts, hosting elections so we can actually feel like we're a part of SGA. Eliminating it, I feel like is a big step, but possibly adding more rules and more constitutions and stuff that we can have to make them feel more included would help. And yeah, I hear about their experiences a lot, and it's not that much that I can do about it. So if anybody can help with that, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Director Dalton?
So I have a question for, President of Freshman Council. We've already talked about this, kind of, like this whole issue, but what do you feel like we can do? Especially like, I would say, campus relations and communications department, what can we do to help out on that? But also, my last thing, what do you feel like was the biggest failure when it came to last semester and the beginning of this semester?
So the answer, that's actually an easy question. I can answer it all in one. I feel like, so when I came here, I was taught that freshman council was for the freshmen to be taught and to teach them about what SJ is so that the next year that they can be in a position where they're able to thrive. But I feel like that we haven't been able to be taught anything, that we haven't been able to collaborate with one of you guys to know what positions y'all are in or whatever that you guys do. So it becomes as in, we feel like we don't matter, that we don't exist. So yeah, that's what I feel is the biggest problem with that.
Senator Antologa?
Okay, hi. So as a senator in my position, it's sad to hear this because I didn't know that much, or I didn't know this is what freshman council was going through. But as a senator, if you do want to meet in person, one-on-one, and we could like go on about like constitutions that we could add legislation, we could add more responsibilities. Is that what you guys are expecting? Like, that's just a question I would like for you to answer.
It's a part of what we want to achieve in the
Okay.
future. Yes.
Okay, good. So I do think it's gonna be a good idea to collaborate with a senator, and then we could make I think constitution or even a legislation that could better explain the duties for each freshman council executive board. If that would work.
That sounds great.
Okay, lovely. And yeah, we could one-on-one later. Thank you.
Okay, would anyone else like to speak? Your representative?
Hi, so yes, 2 points. One, I may be one person representing like all of residents' life, but there's many groups, like my e-board, there's 7 of us. There's like at least 4 other groups like us, there's RAs. So the thought of getting rid of freshman council, I know, please, we need them. My second point, I don't know if I'm speaking for like all of us representatives, but we're sort of in the same boat as of not knowing what to do. Like we come to GAs and we report on what's happening in our departments, but we don't really know if I get the question of, do we attend pre-meeting? Do we go to mandatory things? And it's like, well, I have no idea. We just wait and see. So, yeah.
Director Thomas?
And also I was going to say, is it possible that, the freshman council members can share their experience so we can hear like from them specifically instead of the senators?
I will when we only have about 4 minutes left, but if you guys want to go ahead and feed your view, then yes.
Hi, my name is Sanaa Lewis, and I'm a member of the freshman council. I was a part of, I was the, senior class president in high school, and that's what prompted me to want to join SGA in college. But I somehow feel like I'm still in high school. A lot of you guys, I don't like know a lot of you guys, but in passing, a lot of you guys have like awed at like the freshman council saying like, oh, like look at the freshman council. And I feel like we're in the same environment as you guys, so why are we being treated like the like not necessarily the odd ones out, but the odd ones out? We're like the younger ones when we're trying to be in the same position that you guys are. And I feel like we're not being given the opportunity to be in that same position because you guys are treating us as if we're children.
when we're all in college. And I feel like there's no structure for us as the freshman council. You guys are running it like we're separate from you guys when we're also a part of the SGA.
I also do want to say that I understand that here it is tradition to all at the freshmen, and I mean that's okay. I mean I'm okay. I love it when I get it, but I also get treated with the same respect that the other people of my position do. Freshman council is a part of the executive cabinet, and we can't look at ourselves and say that we treat freshman council the same way that we treat directors and assistant directors. You just don't. A lot of times it feels like a separation or levels of hierarchy, which is exactly what this administration I thought was supposed to be knocking down on those divides. And so to have, and I mean, Sanaya gave a great testimony as to her experience, but she's not the only one. You're about to cut me off, okay? She's not the only one. I encourage you guys all to talk to freshman council members. If you really care about this issue and you really want to be who you say you are, which is somebody who represents all people in this house and education body, I really implore you guys to talk to freshmen and talk to the freshman council members and ask about their experience and ask to see what they're going through and how you can help and how you can assist in your roles and your different respective goals here. Thank you.
I was gonna say, don't, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, you good? All right. I just want to clarify some of the things that I heard today. Definitely some of the concerns that you guys voiced are extremely valid. One that we've seen go back to last year was that oohing and ahhing at freshmen. I know Senator Kay Williams, when you were the freshman council representative, every time he got to speak at GA, that was kind of a thing that he had to go through, as well as other members of freshman council. And that's a big thing that has been disappointing to see carry on, that vandalizing, thank you. Just wanted to provide some clarity to some of the things that you guys brought up today, because a lot of the good things you said were valid points, and I think that there are things that I'm just learning right now, actually, as this thing has been going on, clarifying some of the issues you guys might have. I can't speak on the events and the IES and stuff, because that's not the stuff I handle, so if either one of my fellow executive board members wants to talk about that later on, I'll give them the floor. Something about clarifying the rules for a freshman council and getting roles defined and having more support. That position that we hired or we established at the beginning of the year, the new program coordinator, that's been one of their primary roles, is helping you guys facilitate conversations with the SGA and the upper level, as well as making sure that the rules and roles of the freshman council are defined. Obviously that didn't happen this year because I'm not sure what the hiring process was, but for next year, that is something that's gonna be remedied, and I'm sorry that you guys didn't get to have the chance for that type of support. As well as the apparel thing, those did arrive today. I want to make sure that was clear. Those were ordered a couple of months ago, but they arrived today as well. Just wanted to clarify that. If you guys want to go in the office, we do have apparel that has specifically been ordered for freshman council members as well. Just going over. But no, other than that, I believe a lot of your guys' concerns are very valid. I know I visited with you guys on Friday to kind of give you a presentation on what SGA looks like going forward. And I hope that some of these negative feelings hasn't tainted that desire to go forward in SGA, because I believe that freshman council is a great jumping off point to join the administration. But definitely your concerns have been heard and are very valid, and we're gonna be looking more into them as an executive board. As well as trying to see if we can implement changes that will apply this year, not just hoping that the changes we applied earlier in the year are for next year. Anyone else on the e-board want to speak, or? Okay, Treasurer Allen. We get a mic.
So
Hi guys, pretty much just to reiterate some of the things that VP Britton said. In terms of merchandise, I promise you guys you weren't being denied having any SJ branded merchandise. Deputy Chief of Staff Bullock did order everything. It just took a while for those things to come. So like Liam said, VP Britton said, those things are in the office. Just make sure you're doing the proper checkout procedure so that we do know what inventory we have left. Like I said, you guys weren't being denied those things. It just took a minute for the merchandise to come in. And then in terms of events, I know last semester,
I believe there were only two, at least, I'll just say at least two IESs that I received personally. I don't know if you guys were attempting to do more programming and event planning, but that's all I had received from you all. And similar with this semester as well, I know Director Thomas recently got her position. She's been submitting IESs and what she has submitted has been approved as well. I know you guys had your spin the wheel tabling and I believe your sip and paint is coming up as well. If you guys do have any ideas in terms of programming, if you guys want to just spitball some events, whether it's you guys and me, you guys, Director Thomas and me, that's completely fine. I don't want you guys to feel like you're being denied any funding or that you guys can't plan events. Freshman Council, again, you are a subset of SGA, you can plan events as you feel fit. If you feel like you need any additional advisement or just some guidance on, hey, is this something we can buy? Is this something we can do? Literally feel free to talk to me. Again, you guys do have a director, please utilize her. If you need to use her as a medium to speak to me, that's completely fine, but please make sure that you guys are communicating that. So if you guys do have any programming in mind, we can actually get that off the ground instead of you guys feeling, like you guys are kind of stuck, you're not being respected. I do want to make sure that you guys are well aware that y'all have the power to program events. So please make sure y'all are doing that. Again, I'm here if y'all want to spitball events. Please use your director, please use the chief of staff. You guys, again, are a subset of SGA. Y'all should be planning events. You should feel like you have that freedom. Don't feel like you don't.
Yeah, Savion.
I just wanted to state that none of freshman council has any ill mannered feelings towards any of you guys, but we do want to speak up about change and about things that we believe that needs to be changed. So even though it's not something that we're angry about, it's still something that we're very serious about, and we hope that you guys be serious about it too.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate your bravery and also feel free to speak up during any of your communications during GA. Is there any other public participation or student concerns? Government Operations Chair Farrell.
As some of you guys are aware, there was an immigration town hall yesterday. And while a lot of people from SGA did come, I did kind of notice there was like a large amount of people that didn't come. As someone who was working this event, this was my second job with the Office of Civic Engagement. I think it's really important that a lot of you tried to show up to this event. I don't know if it was mandatory or not. It was, kind of. I'm encouraged to come, but a lot of the things that were said in that town hall was really important for us to know and for us to hear those students' concerns. It was noted to me personally as someone who is an SGA, but also one of the people facilitating the conversations, is that certain people weren't there / did leave early, and that wasn't really a good look when it comes to us as an organization. Not a super huge big deal, but just seeing of how, as representatives of the student body, how certain things may look and how certain things may come off to certain people, especially when it comes to this pressing issue of immigration. So I just wanted to make the SGA aware of that. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Government Operations Chair Farrell. Okay, are there any more public participation / student concerns? All right, hear none, see none. We are now going to move in communications, start with advisors' remarks.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. I only have one update. Our paid members, your timesheets are due tomorrow by 5 p.m. If you do not submit by 5 p.m. tomorrow, you run the risk of not being paid on time. So please be sure you do that before 5. I yield.
Appropriations Committee.
Hi, everyone. The Appropriations Committee met last week. We voted budget bill number 3 favorable with amendment 700. We were able to approve funding from the Security Relief Fund, as well as the weekend retention fund, and we have a supplemental bill that will be on the floor today. Are there any questions? That I
Government Operations Committee,
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. No report.
Rules Committee,
All right, good evening, everybody. Rules Committee will be meeting this Friday, 4 p.m. and we will be reviewing Senate Bill number 19 and Senate Bill number 20. I yield.
Treasurer Allen,
Okay, cute. Happy Tiger Tuesday, guys. This is really just for budget committee. Budget deliberations are gonna be April 10th, which is next Friday. If you guys have any absences or any periods of time you won't be there, I understand it's a very long day. Please just communicate the day or the times you won't be there. Again, it's very important that we have quorum so you guys can vote, be sent on your way. But again, so that student organizations can receive their budget allocations as soon as possible. Please just make sure you communicate that with me ahead of time. Please don't let me find out the day of, it's a time you're not gonna be there. Any questions? Thank you. With that, I yield.
Attorney General Sonia,
Hey everyone, happy Tiger Tuesday. Few updates for me. As we all know, weekly report to due 5 p.m. Friday. Impact to you is mandatory. If you did not register for it, see me after or send me an email. I'm gonna get your name on a list and we're gonna make some things shake, but that is a mandatory SGA event. Same for the safety walk, which I know has been rescheduled to April 21st. Yeah. And what else? Keep the office clean, communicate with me any emergencies. I've said this before in the past. I no longer take last minute absence requests unless they are emergencies. Yeah, that's it. Any questions? With that, I yield.
Deputy Chief of Staff Bullock,
Happy Tiger Tuesday, guys. If like echoing what Treasurer Allen said, if you guys haven't received your polo and quarter zip, tomorrow you can come to the back, like, you know, the back exec room where I sit. Yeah, no, it's not. Okay. I'm gonna have everyone that didn't have one is gonna be folded on the table with your nameplate on top. Once you come in the room, grab your stuff, just write your name on the board to confirm you got it. Like, please don't just come in the room, dig through the box, like grab what you need. Follow the process so we know that, what is the word? I know, like, basically, so like we can keep up with the amounts. What's that? Inventory, yes, thank you, guys. Yes, that's what inventory is proper, because I know like there's been instances where like there's extra t-shirts in the back and people are just grabbing them, taking them, handing them out. That's not how that works. You're gonna mess up my flow. So please just let me set it up. I'll send a message in the group me when it's ready for y'all to come get, and you can get your polos you guys been waiting for. Yeah.
Senator Prince.
Oh,
But if they don't have nameplates,
I'll put a sticky note with your name on it, like. Okay, and with that, I yield.
Department of Academic Affairs,
Happy Tiger Tuesday. I don't know if I already talked about being one of the provosts, but did. Okay, cool. I'll just make sure. Outside of that, no report.
Director of Communications,
Hi, everybody. Happy Tiger Tuesday. Okay, I have a couple updates. First thing is I keep bringing up Tigerthon. Me, Director Matthews, and Director Dalton are going to be meeting with Jessica Cinco. She's the external director for Tigerthon. That's like the big community service event that's coming up. So we're going to meet collectively as a group at 4 p.m. Tomorrow on FaceTime. And then before GA, I met with Kayla, the AD of marketing for campus activity boards. You guys know that Tiger Fest is happening. I don't know the dates. Can't remember the dates, but Tiger Fest is happening and they're starting their marketing week next week. So that's going to be the 6th through the 10th. They're looking to collaborate with SGA as they've done before. And they need some assistance in terms of like booking like tables for tabling and things like that. I know for communications wise, we're looking to do an Instagram raffle. So, you know, it's like a decade ago since 2016. So it's kind of going to be like a throwback theme on Instagram. We have a couple of tickets that we're willing to give away. So you guys are more than welcome to participate. I know I will. And then we're also gonna do like a Find the SGA member challenge. So once I meet with Director Dalton and Kayla again, maybe I'll have something more to present next week. And with that, I yield.
Department of Community Outreach.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. So like Attorney General Sonia said, that Impact TU is a mandatory event. It's April 18th in Union Ballrooms, 9 to 2. Everybody should have registered by now. I'm not too sure if they extended it. I saw that it was open again on Involved at TU. So if it is, and you see that it is, I would go hurry up and register. Also, if you signed up to volunteer for the Losso's Noche event, I sent you an email last week and it had a link to a Google form and you should have filled that out by now. I'll also be sending out a sign up genius today after GA. President Ali and Dr. Fleury and Dr. Morgan and I think that's it. They're doing a Voice to Action event this Friday, April 3rd, 1 to 4 in the Union Ballrooms. Please take into account, I only put 5 spots on that sign up genius. So if you can do it, make sure that it fits in your schedule. If you can't, or if you did, make sure you show up, please. If there's no questions with that, I yield.
Department of Governmental Affairs.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. So for starters, thank you all for the support yesterday with the Immigration Town Hall. Really appreciate that. And on April 7th from 5 to 7 in Union Theater, there will be the 7th annual Human Rights and History lecture on the Gaza famine. So if you're free, definitely check that out. And if there's no other questions, then I give my time.
Department of Health and Wellness.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Okay, so I'm hosting a sexual assault awareness tabling next Tuesday from 2 to 4. It's gonna be on the Union second floor, table 6. Stop by, get goodies, and learn more. That's it. Any questions? With that,
Department of Campus Relations.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. My only announcement is that today, well, this week is SGA Spirit Week, so I hope to see you guys participate. Thank you.
Department of Special Projects.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of New Student Development Department, the Sip and Pay event is this Thursday. It's this Thursday. It's been sent out on the calendar invite for me last week, so you can check that out, but no report for my Special Projects Department. Thank you.
Department of Student Organizations.
Oh, okay. Hey, sorry. Hey y'all, happy Tiger Tuesday. All right. So one thing only. We're gonna have Olympics next Tuesday from 6 to 9 p.m. So you guys can come out, support everyone here, and student organizations here. That'll be lovely. But that I yield.
Department of Sustainability.
No report.
Preparing sorority life representative.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, y'all. Very short report. So the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life will be hosting a Greek week during April 13th to the 17th. We have all types of events that week, specifically Tuesday and Thursday. We're actually competing. So feel free to come out, support, and all of that. As far as the councils itself, starting off with the Panhellenic Council, Kappa Delta is having a week of events this week. Tomorrow they're doing Pi KD from 11 to 2 at Cook Beach. And then they're doing pins for PCAA on Thursday at Cook Beach as well during the same time. Then Alpha Xi Delta is having bingo at Backyard tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Boards are $3 for one and then $5 for two. And lastly, for MPHC, Alpha Pi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated will be having a new member presentation this Thursday in the Center for the Arts Theater at 7:06 p.m. Please look at their Instagram for more information. And with that, I yield.
Sports Club Council Representative.
Just a quick report that Towson's Men Basketball Club is meeting with Sports Club Council this Friday.
Student Disability Representative.
Hi, everyone. I just sent the flyer in the chat, but every Tuesday, the DSS Disability Support Space hosts a get-together event for those who wants to, just build community, event, and share experiences and stuff like that, and support one another. Feel free to stop by. Feel free to stop by next week, before SGA 1 to 3, and yeah, just reach out to me if you want any further details.
University Residence Government Representative.
Happy Tiger Tuesday.
Happy Tiger Tuesday.
Okay, a bit of a lot. So first up, tonight is hopefully our last night of elections. Our building councils will be electing our new director of advocacy. Will it be me? I'll let you guys know next week. And our new director of marketing. Also next week, I will be having a mix of our current e-board and the incoming e-board attend SGA. I might have forced them, but hey, we like you guys. I sent out a link in the group me before GA. It's to a survey I made. I worked really hard on it. It's asking all residents about activities and initiatives they would like to see in the res halls. This survey is open from now until April 14th. 5 winners who fill out this survey will win $20 dining each. The info from this survey will help us plan events next year and also go to the RAs and stuff like that. Lastly, in partnership with the Hub, we have a new event called Drop, Swap, and Shop, DSS for short. But it's a flea market styled event. It will take place April 20th through the 22nd from 3 to 6 p.m. The locations are West Village Commons Lawn, Glen Plaza, and Newell Field. Basically, there will be donation boxes in residence halls soon where you can drop off clothing items. We'll organize those items and put them out so people can come by, swap clothes, shop clothes, drop off clothes. We also take food items and toiletries for the Hub. Are there any questions? With that, are you?
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everybody. So I'm going to be doing President.
Happy Tiger Tuesday.
Thank you. I'm doing President Ali's report first. Kind of like what Director Matthew said, on Friday, SGA will be hosting a Voices and Advocacy. Will be hosting a Voices in Action Advocacy. It's a civic engagement summit. It'll be in university ballrooms from 1 to 4. Please stop by. That's be something that'd be very useful. We're inviting a bunch of student organizations there to discuss advocacy plans and different things we can do with them to collaborate. To be more concrete in our work, if you have any questions about the service aspect of that, please email Director Matthew. She'll be sending a sign-up genius out soon in terms for those 5 spots. Also, banquet committee, you guys will be meeting tomorrow at 4 p.m. to go over the final banquet presentations. So please feel free to come, no, don't feel free. Please come with your final presentations ready to go and with a presentation about it. That's all that President Ali has in terms of me, like usual. Please put your nameplates in the back, recycle any GHS that you do not have. And I kind of want to just kind of reiterate some things that have been said by multiple people up here, chiefly of them, Government Operations Chair Farrell, in terms of presence matters. I think that's something that's been a common theme throughout the whole year is your presence really matters and showing up matters. Not just in spaces of advocacy like the town hall yesterday, where it mattered that people were able to have face-to-face conversations and get real tangible opinions from the people that are being affected by the things that we're supposed to be advocating for. But showing up at our own events matters. When we're hosting an event, why are the students supposed to come if we don't come, right? Okay. We have a Roots and Recipes event today at 6 p.m. Following this GA, I think we're gonna get out a little early. So I think all of us should be there in the ballrooms, supporting our members of SGA. Because if we're not supporting our members of SGA, who's supporting members of SGA? The student body doesn't have to, right? So our presence matters. And not just in events like that, but like last week, like I said, in budget committee, where your presence counts as a vote. Your presence counts as quorum. And so something that I want us to emphasize going down the stretch of this year is making sure that we're working collaboratively. They're making sure our presence is felt. They're making sure we're going to the places that we said we're going to be going to and actually advocating for the student body by being there for them and not just for them, being there with them. Sometimes our silence is our advocacy. Just listening is our advocacy. Seeing people face to face, that's our advocacy. So showing up is the most essential part, and it's something I want to emphasize the rest of the year because we saw how it impacted yesterday, and we saw how a lack of presence can impact things. We see how a lack of presence can make our organization look. All right, just want to get that out there. It's something that's been a common theme. I just want to make sure that we all are listening to this and hearing it and making sure that we're trying our best to be out there, not just for the students, but for ourselves and for our internal committees. So I'm going to transfer it over into the next thing. Can I get a drum roll, please? All right, this week's member of the week. Wow, what a wonderful week it had been. This member of the week was present. They were present. They came to a lot of things, and they came to more things than they had to. They did things outside of what we asked them to do, and that's not something we're going to make you guys do and always be like, oh, you should be doing more than we ask you, but we're going to commend you when you do more than we ask you. When you help plan multiple events throughout the whole week, you attend every single one of those events throughout the whole week, and you also come to all your budget committee meetings and make sure you're showing up not just as a senator, but as a member of committees, making sure you're planning and showing up and being a face of SGA. And this member of the week did that all of last week in multiple different ways. I don't think I went a day without seeing him. I don't think I went an hour without seeing him. So this week's member of the week is Senator Kone. Okay, are there any questions? All right, with that, I yield. Are there any opinions of the court?
Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody. Don't mind my voice, sorry guys. Okay, so we have been hearing a lot of budget appeals. We listened to models of distinction. We denied that appeal. We denied MSA's appeal. YDSA was also denied. Common Sense Politics was also denied, and esports was also denied. Coming up this week, we are meeting with the National Association for Music Education, the Vietnamese Student Association, NAACP, and Bettering Black Minds. With that, I yield.
Okay, senators, we will now be moving into a quorum call, so please click yes on your clickers to indicate you are here. And with 13 out of 19 senators present, we have a quorum. Are there any motions on the floor?
Arnold and Jonas too. Who else is here?
Liz and Arnold.
Are there any motions on the floor? Government Operations Chair Farrell.
Motion to review, confirmation resolution 14.
Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Rivera Forbes. And with a vote of 11-0-0, the motion is passed. And I will ask Malila Benota and Hannah Rogers to please come to the front and state your case as to why you'd like to join SGA.
Hi, my name is Malila Benota. I am an information technology major with a concentration in network security. I would like to join SGA as the international student representative because as a student that has studied outside the country, I believe that I can use my experience outside the country and inside the US to better serve the international student body at Towson. I've studied in the Democratic Republic of Congo, located in Central Africa, for a couple years in high school. I was born in the United States, studied there, I'm from there, then moved back here for college. So here I am now. I believe that my experience there, studying there, like I come from there, I've interacted with people from there, I have that experience and the experience here at Towson and in the United States in general. I believe that that experience could be useful for the international student body here at Towson. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Hannah Rogers, and I'm looking to serve the SGA as a graphic designer. I'm a sophomore here at Towson. I'm a graphic design major. Excuse me, sorry. I've been trying to get really more involved with campus and my peers and meeting people and overall just doing more with myself while I'm in college. And so I saw this as an opportunity to kind of better myself as a student and also as a designer.
Thank you. Are there any questions? I recommend a senator yield their time to Director Brian. Government Operations Chair Farrell.
I yield my time to Director Brian.
Thank you. My question is for Hannah. My question is for you, Hannah. It's nice to meet you. I was curious to know what drew you into graphic design. What is your level of expertise in terms of like software that you use? And what is your turnaround time?
So I've kind of always been involved in arts growing up, and then I did kind of like it was like a 2-year VOTEC program. I was in high school for interactive media, so I got to try all kind of different versions of like digital media productions, like video, photo, and then also a little bit of graphic design. And so that's kind of where I found like my passion for doing it and wanting to do it like professionally. We were also given the opportunity to like take testing to be certified in all the Adobe programs, which I am. So I'm pretty proficient, I like to say, especially, I mainly use Adobe InDesign and Illustrator. And I'm sorry, you asked me two things. Do you remember what was the second part of your question?
I was asking like your turnaround time, but honestly, I guess the question could be like what sorts of
Cause we do like a lot of like graphics for social media and things like that. So what sorts of graphics do you typically produce?
Um, typically, usually like flyers. I make a lot of flyers and social media posts for like other orgs that I'm a part of. Um, and then of course like the stuff that I actually do for like my coursework, which I'm sorry, I'm trying to find a way to explain this easily. Um, but usually like within my program, we usually have like weekly deadlines. So I'm kind of used to very like short deadlines and turnaround times.
Thank you. Any Senator reports?
Okay. Oh, sorry. I wanted to make sure I said it's Malila. No,
Malila?
Malila. Okay, thank you. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, my question for you was mainly based on what is the biggest student concern that you've seen specifically being an international student yourself and, something that you have faced on campus that you would like to advocate for? And additionally, alongside that, how do you think SGA can collaborate as a whole to address that concern?
I would say, well, like I said, I was born here. I've studied here for a while, moved back in Congo, studied there, came back here at the end of high school, started college here as well. I would say as something I have seen and experienced is adaptation. Sometimes and especially with the school system being different, in college or in high school even, the adaptation with the system here in the US sometimes can be a challenge for international students. I think that with SGA could collaborate with the student body to make sure that their voices are heard if they have issues like with mental health, for example. I myself have had that issue where with adaptation, I just get depressed or like things are not going so well. I'm having a hard time with school and stuff. Mainly my concern would be, I would say, adaptation. And I believe that I could help with any other issue that other students have experienced that I haven't personally or known of from my friends and stuff that I could bring to SGA to make sure their voices are heard.
Senator Rollins?
Hi, my question is also for Lila. My name's Imani. Nice to meet you. I have a question. Are you involved at all with the ISA, International Student Association, or like in any other student orgs? I have a follow-up after that too.
No, currently I am not.
Okay, so how do you plan on, I know this SGA is working to become Booker and having town halls where we're better represented. So how do you plan to represent like, the International Students Association and other student orgs that might fall under your realm being the International Students Representative?
I do plan on joining any organizations or clubs that we have here at Towson to make sure that any concerns that I've heard of, any concerns that are brought to my attention are brought here at SGA, and I can do all that I can for them to have a solution to their problems.
Any other questions? Seeing none, thank you, and I'll ask you both to step out while we deliberate. Would anybody like to speak on their behalf? Government Operations Chair Farrell.
I'd like to speak on the behalf of Malila. I think the fact that she was willing to offer to go to student orgs and hear their concerns is something that I feel as though is very vital to SGA and into the health of this organization to make sure that the concerns of the student body, specifically when it comes to international students, especially now, is heard and is brought up to us. So I just thought that the fact that she said that she was willing to do that already speaks volumes to her character.
Anybody else like to speak on their behalf? I recommend a Senator yield their time to the URG representative. Senator Rivera Forbes.
I'd like to yield my time to the URG representative.
Hi, I would like to speak on behalf of Malima. She is very outspoken, confident, and committed to this position of being the international student representative. And I also agree with what Kevin said about her commitment to getting involved. I will say, as a representative, I love to see our numbers grow. So, yeah.
Would anybody else like to speak on their behalf? Seeing none, are there any motions on the floor? Senator Rivera Forbes.
Call to question confirmation resolution 14.
Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Rhines. And with a vote of 14-0, the motion is passed. We will now move to a vote. With a vote of 13-0-1, confirmation resolution number 14 is passed. Could somebody please elect them in? And please hold your applause until they enter.
Could you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully serve the students of Towson University, execute all of the duties and responsibilities of this position, and strive to achieve the high level of expectation that accompanies a position within the Student Government Association of Towson University. I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and all other governing documents of the Student Government Association of Towson University to the best of my ability. Congratulations.
Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Kay Williams.
Motion to review budget bill number 30.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Appropriations Chairman. And with a vote of 14-0-0, the motion is passed. And I will ask Senator Kay Williams to please come present your bill.
So budget bill number three, I wasn't here last GA, so I don't know what information you guys are given, so I'm just gonna give a quick run through. It's basically just establishing the budget line for a large event fund. The large event fund is specifically for organizations that are hosting that are hosting a large event. So think like ADC with like Explosion or their ADC Ball. Large events that have a lot of people coming in and they often have a large amount of funds that they need to host that event. And so this is setting aside 30K specifically for those organizations that want to have a large event. In committee, we did have three amendments actually that we went over. So the first amendment is just saying, whereas establishing a large scale event fund would allow for future administrations to distribute these funds to applicable organizations for years to come. Basically, this is saying that this budget line will be in the years following this year. Whereas transferring the funds for FY 26 will allow applicable organizations to utilize this fund in the current fiscal year. So if this is passed, then organizations will be able to tap into this fund this year. And then therefore, be it further resolved, a large scale event fund will become an established line item in the annual SGA budget. Same thing, it's just if this is passed, this will be an official line within this year's SGA budget.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Vice President Britton.
So you named ADC as an example of a large event, but could you give me some more either examples or more clarification on what the parameters of what a large event is? Because I feel like we use ADC as the go-to a lot, and there's a lot more student organizations on campus.
So kind of like another one that just kind of like pops into my brain is Lasso, that we have Notre event coming up. This is kind of what you also think is like a large event, expected people. So when you're thinking large event, you're thinking like a high amount of people coming to your event. And also with that large event, you're also expecting a high amount of money that's needed for that. And so yeah, ADC is the go-to because they do kind of have the largest event that we can think of. But also, it isn't just for organizations that already kind of have large events already set up in place. It's for organizations that kind of want to push the boundaries and have a larger scale event without having to fully deplete their budget or apply for, let's say, 2, 3 alternative funding grants just to fund their event.
Got you. And my follow-up question is, what are the parameters? Is it just kind of a feeling thing, or is there actual specific parameters on what considers a large event?
So as of right, so with a large event, there are parameters that you do need in order to request for this fund. So you do need a minimum amount that you have to apply for and then a max that you can apply for. But more so, I'm not gonna say it's just a feeling, but with the appropriations, it's kind of just, like I said, with like grants that we have right now, it's kind of up to the discretion of the appropriations committee on whether they feel like they should give that grant based on the parameters and the research that is provided by that organization. Thank you. Appropriations clarification.
Yeah, there was just a point of clarification on that. This is establishing the line item for the funds to exist and to establish that it will be a fund we have available. There will be a bill upcoming that would establish the specific parameters in the FPSO to have those outlined. This is just saying that that money will be available and then it will be outlined specifically in the FPSO should this be approved.
Senator Ryan.
Yeah, I'd like to speak greatly in support of this great idea, Senator Kay Williams, and way to listen to the concerns of the student body. I get to sit on the Ujima Planning Committee, so I get to talk to not only the Ujima coordinator, but also representatives of Ujima orgs, which are select Black student organizations here on campus. And I kind of mentioned like this idea because they're trying to figure out how we're gonna be able to collaborate more and ensure more funding for Ujima orgs to have their events. I pitched this idea to them, and told them that this was in the works and to see if they would support it. And everybody, actually erupted in applause in the room when I, when I talked about it. And just the impact that would make on campus, specifically within, the Black student population here at Towson, allowing Black student orgs to collaborate. And obviously this fund's gonna be used more for that, but just speaking, on behalf of myself and Ujima orgs, it would definitely have a great impact, and I really implore the Senate to vote yes on this. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Rhodes. Government Operations Chair Farouk.
Yeah, I'd also like to speak in support of this. I have talked to some student organizations, and they have kind of disclosed that sometimes their e-board members do like take on a personal cost, like either like out of their own pocket to make sure these events actually go through. And so I think that this is a great way for the SGA to actually encourage these student orgs to plan bigger events. Maybe they can have more music or more food, et cetera, instead of having people take out their own money. Because at the end of the day, the $58 that we get to run as a student organization should go back to them. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Appropriations Chair Miller.
I also just, I wanted to speak in support of this bill also, and I wanted to give, credit to some other people that have been working behind the scenes on this as well. Obviously, you've seen myself, Senator Kay Williams, and Treasurer Allen all talking about it, but this was an idea that was originally thought of by Government Operations Chair Burrell. He brought this to the attention of Advisor Harris and Treasurer Allen, and then when Senator Kay Williams and I approached with a similar idea, we all started collaborating on it, but I did want to give credit to the namesake and the parameter of the fund being Government Operations Chair Burrell's idea, and speaks overall.
Vice President Brinton.
So I'm noticing a typo in the numbers. Possibly, Advisor Harris, I'll let you, the $40,030.58, should that say $60,030.58, or are we currently calculating that based on the 20,000 we took out previously?
Yeah, that was calculated based on the 20,000 I was already taken out.
All right, perfect.
Is there any further discussion on the bill? Advisor Harris.
Okay, so point of clarification, because your record doesn't show the reduction of the $20,000 on this document, the suggestion is either to correct this line to 60, and then the notes wherever it says we spent or moved the $20,000, the record will live on that other document, or you add a line that says $20,000 was reduced. The math doesn't math on this sheet. So if this was a standalone document, the math, we don't know where $20,000 went according to what's on the screen and printed in our packets currently. Does that make sense? So when you subtract the amount from the amount that was allocated for the fall budget, the residuals, like when you do the math and calculate, there's $20,000 missing on this document.
So you're saying add a line showing that we took out 20,000 to go to the additional alternative funding?
Yes.
To kind of show record, okay.
Yes, or just change this number to 40 so that we can see that this reduction exists. It doesn't mean that the 20,000 didn't get allocated somewhere else, because that's a completely different piece of legislation. When y'all move the 20,000 for the additional funding lines, those are two separate documents, two separate votes. It's just different. So this document that we're looking at now needs to reflect actual numbers. So if someone showed up today, they'd be like, I don't know anything about $20,000. So your numbers need to be aligned. So do either one. You either change this number to 60 instead of 40, or you add a line that says $20,000 was moved at some other time.
I can finish now. Okay. I motion to amend, budget bill number 3 to add an additional line on the budget or to, I motion to amend budget bill number 3 to change, yeah, that's what I was like, to change the line where it says, to change the fall 2025 residuals from $40,030.58 to $60,030.58.
Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you, Senator Rance. We will now move to a vote on that. And with a vote of 15-0, the motion has been passed. Is there any other discussion on the bill? Right, seeing none, thank you, Senator Kay Williams. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Salmon.
Motion to, on question, budget bill number 3.
Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you, Senator Giannakou. And with a vote of 15-0, the motion is passed, and we will now move into a vote. And with a vote of 15-0, budget bill number 3 has been passed. Thank you, Senator Gibbons. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Sound.
Motion to inquire Senate Bill number 19.
Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you, Senator Giannakou. With a vote of 15-0, the motion is passed. And seeing as I am the bill writer, I'm going to ask Government Operations Chair Farrell to take my item, please. Okay, good evening. So Senate Bill number 19 is pretty much the same as Senate Bill number 17 from a few weeks ago. We went over it again in the committee. Really the only changes from the last bill is where it says right to review evidence. We included a sentence where it says, should the accuser wish to remain anonymous, the Attorney General shall disclose all critical information and evidence to the accused party while maintaining the anonymity of the accuser to the best of their ability. And then we also changed freedom from retaliation, basically saying that if somebody does retaliate, then that is something that can be reported to the Attorney General. Everything else has stayed the same.
Considering that this is first reading, only technical and non-debatable questions allowed. Are there any? No. Attorney General Simon.
I guess my question is, how would the Attorney General protect said party from retaliation? Like, what is that process? Like, once they tell me?
So we changed the wording. It's obviously, you know, if somebody really wants to go out and do that, you also have SARP who's, you know, connected to that as well. Obviously, you're not gonna be like their bodyguard walking around campus. But basically it's defining it as something that is considered something that can be like filed as a complaint. Basically listing that something explicitly as something that is basically a violation.
Follow-up question. So do you think that, with that being in place, do you think it would encourage people from submitting said complaints? Or like, what do you think about the mechanics? Oh, okay.
Like it would discourage them.
Like, let's say somebody who wants to submit a PDR against another person in the admin, do you think with,
Yeah, point of order.
so how do I word it? Sorry.
Attorney General Simon, point of order.
What's gonna happen, I guess, per se, if, continue, what I'm trying to say, like, Ryan, if. You know.
Okay, let me, you're saying would somebody be afraid to file a PDR if it's like, they think it's like retaliation?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, that would, you know, if somebody submits a legitimate PDR, you as the Attorney General are gonna take that into account, but obviously if it's something where you can tell it's much more, you know, they're doing it out of, you know, I guess hate against the person.
Yeah.
It should be fairly obvious, based on what they have to say about the action they're accusing against somebody.
Gotcha, that's it for now.
Senator Rhines.
I have a clarification. During Rules Committee, Government Operations Chair Farrell and I agreed on removing the old language was something, the protection of the Attorney General.
Yeah, it said something along the lines of the Attorney General will do anything within their power to like protect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason why the committee voted on removing that language is because realistically, the Attorney General can't do anything to protect. However, we have the established processes and procedures in order to hold retaliators accountable. And that's why the language was changed into reported to Attorney General and addressed up to their discretion. So if retaliation is occurring, the Attorney General can handle that as they see fit and kind of manage those concerns to make the to make the to make the victim or accuser feel safer.
Are there any other questions? All right, considering that there are no other questions, thank you, President Berko, everybody.
Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Rivera Forbes.
Motion to inquire Senate Bill number 20.
Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Government Operations Chair Farrell. And with a vote of 15-0, the motion is passed, and I will ask Senator Popak to please come present your bill.
Hi everyone, happy Tigers Tuesday. So the Senate Bill number 20 is basically to give a part-time student the same full membership rights as a full-time undergrad student.
Thank you. Are there any technical, non-debatable questions on this bill? Government Operations Chair Farrell.
Stop me if it starts sounding debatable. Okay. How would, do you, the, within the parameters of what is required of a member of SGA to be in this organization, would this open the?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll wait next week.
Senator Rhines.
What was the motivation behind this bill?
I was a motivation. Next year, I'm turning part-time student, and I love working as HA, and I want to continue this work. So I went through the constitution to understand why part-time students are not allowed to be part of the HA, given that they still pay the HA fees.
One second, Lynn. Understood. What have you spoken to any other part-time students about their interest in SG?
No, I didn't.
Vice President. This is kind of a point of clarification, and please stop me if I start going. I'll report. Which I think I might. Point of clarification. The point about the SGA fees. Part-time students pay a smaller portion than what the full-time students pay. I think where my point goes. In the sense that, is it, this is a tough one. In terms of paid in versus received, is it fair that, did you be,
Okay, my question is, part-time students, to be an SGA, you need to put time into your position, right? Do you think as a part-time student, you would be able to?
That's, yeah, point where. Point of order. Point of order. Appropriations Chair Miller.
I would also like to give another point of clarification. A lot of our other governing documents do have language that just say all undergraduate fee-paying students of Towson University. It is a lot of the places in the FPSO to where the Student Government Association is already supplying for all students at Towson University. And the fact that they pay a smaller amount towards our SGA fee is because they are attending Towson University a significantly smaller time than the full-time students. So it is a percentage-based fee for the amount of credits and the amount of time that they are attending Towson University, as well as the amount of money that they are paying in tuition. So that is why they pay less towards the SGA fee, because they are paying less in overall tuition, because they are attending class for fewer credit hours than full-time students. So a lot of our language is already inclusive for all fee-paying undergraduate students. So if they're, that last part was going to be debatable, so I will retract that.
Senator Ryan.
Will the time and responsibilities asked of thank you guys. Will the time and responsibilities asked of a member of SGA align with the available time of a part-time student?
If I speak on behalf of myself, I would say yes.
How many hours do you think the
Point of order.
No, I didn't even mean that. How many hours will a part-time student be able to commit to SGA?
Number of hours required.
Senator Yamas.
Would this allow part-time students to also, get paid positions within SGA?
That's a good question. Okay. So going to the bill, yes, but everything can be fixed. But I do understand on the portion of SGA that doesn't include paid position can be open to part-time student.
Vice President Britton.
Okay, this is another point of clarification. This section might just be snitching, I don't know. I remember when I first joined SGA, actually, this is more a comment, never mind.
Senator Yamas.
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Were you saying that they will be allowed to have those positions?
Yes.
Appropriations Chair Miller.
Additional point of clarification, there are many student jobs on campus that are open to all undergraduate students, part-time or full-time. So if it's a matter of pay, a lot of Towson University already does that for degree-seeking students at Towson University.
Any other technical unavailable questions? All right, seeing none, thank you, Senator Brokaw. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Rivera Forbes.
Oh, Senator Kayla.
Senator Kim Williams.
Motion to acquire resolution 46.
Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Appropriations Chair. And with a vote of 15-0, the motion is passed. And seeing as I am one of the bill writers, I'm going to ask Government Operations Chair Brown to take my place.
Hi, y'all. This resolution is a little heavy. Talking about a basketball player who pled guilty for assault to the fourth degree. And we are asking Towson to take swift action, as it falls in campus safety. And we want to make sure that they are following the processes of making sure that every student on campus feels safe.
Considering that this is first reading, only technical and non-debatable questions allowed. Vice President Britton.
How would you follow up this request?
So we would be asking the Office of Student Accountability directly. But I think there's a department for Title IX specifically as well that we would also be addressing this to.
Senator Ryan.
Yes, so may I insist for a second? Seeing as I really like the verbiage law when it says timely action. Okay, timely action. I really think that this Senate. So I actually motioned to suspend Senate rules to review Senate Resolution number 46 for the reason that we should take a timely a response to this and take action now.
Is there a second? Wait, who?
Me, I second.
Okay. And with a vote of 1401, the motion has passed. This is, okay. Now we're in a review, so debatable questions are allowed. Senator Hastings.
Given that this event happened 4 years ago, so this student is at their sorry.
The court case happened and he was convicted in 2022 and pled guilty in 2023. So almost 3 years ago.
Okay, got it. So given that the student is in their last years of college, is there any action that the university can take against this individual regarding the degree they receive after they graduate?
So that was something that I actually questioned myself. What can Towson do when this student is about to graduate? Towson can actually revoke his diploma after he graduates. This is also an event that happened off campus, and Towson did take action with it being off campus. In my personal opinion, I don't feel that they did enough. I don't feel that they are making sure that the entirety of the student body feels safe. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of, when we allow a student like this to go kind of, unpunished, it kind of sets a bad precedent, because then it kind of sets a standard that, depending on my status within the university, I don't get punished for certain things that I do.
I have a question. So what was the order of punishment that Towson did put in place when it comes to punishing this individual?
The only action they took was he was removed from the basketball team temporarily. However, since then, he has been allowed to return and he is currently on the team.
Okay. I just want for everyone to kind of understand that there's been actions that people have done that is severely less and that has been punished for more. Particularly when it comes to, I believe, last year in September when there was a tomato thrown and they got removed and suspended for I don't know how long, I don't know the specifics, but that just shows of how, again, echoing what President Pro Tem or Kelly said of how just because of a status, that means that they get more leeway when it comes to things like this.
Yeah, we'll also add on, students have been punished for peacefully protesting on campus way severely than for actions like this.
Any other questions? Senator Rivera.
So I'm wondering, after we pass this, because I believe we should, how can, all of us together continue supporting the bill writers as well? Because I really want to know, like, how we can get behind this and make sure something actually gets done, because it is quite alarming that, this happened as long ago as it did, and now this student can't even believe I'm saying a student is actively playing on our basketball team. It's insane.
Yeah, so I think it's about applying pressure. I feel like they kind of want to sweep this under the rug and move beyond it. But when you put something like this in the spotlight, it's kind of hard to move away from it, especially something this serious. And so I think us together, we will try to meet with them in person if they're willing to. But at least, letting them know that we aren't going to let this, just go underneath the rug.
Another thing I'd like to add real quick, an idea that Assistant Director Burton threw out there, it's kind of a reach. We can put pressure on the men's basketball team sponsorships. Ask them, why are they supporting somebody, that this happened to on the team? Just an idea to throw out there. Just any idea is welcome.
Senator Youngs.
I just wanted some clarification. It says right here, applies to off-campus conduct. So I'm assuming there's different ways they go about it when it's on campus, off campus. Do you think that was one of the reasons why they couldn't do a lot that time because it was off campus? I don't know, what is their policy when it comes to on campus and off campus? Is there a big difference?
That I am not sure about.
Yeah, I mean, technically, even if it's off campus, the university still has full discretion to punish the student, especially when they have pled guilty in a formal court of law. And he actually did receive a 10-year sentence. However, it was suspended and he is currently on 5 years probation. So the university can suspend him, they can expel him, they can remove him from campus or revoke his degree.
Point of clarification, I got to meet with SARC a lot of times last semester in getting to learn the process and stuff, and they explained to me the difference between their accountability procedures on campus and off campus, and it's not much. If you're a Towson student, then they take you serious, whether you're on the strip or they're in towers. It's the same accountability procedures. I'd also like to say that I really like the idea Senator Solomon or Assistant Director Burton said, which is applying pressure on their sponsorships as well. I think we are, as a student government, if Towson University refuses or they decide to stay silent when the issue, it is our job to protect and ensure a safe community and campus environment for students, and having this individual on campus is it's not. I was just at a basketball game and somebody pointed me out, or somebody pointed him out to me. The whole time he's in the game, like he's literally, well, he was actually in the game, like people were cheering for him type. And I think it's absolutely disgusting. So I would implore the Senate to vote yes on this, and I 1000% applaud and commend the bill writers for bringing this to the administration's attention, so that we can all get behind it as well.
Any other comments? Oh, Representative Chair Miller.
I would like to. I retract the motion.
Senator Rhines.
I would like to call the question resolution number 46.
Is there a second? Thank you, Senator Rivera Forbes. And with a vote of 16-0, the call to question has passed. We will now move into a vote. Vote of 15-0, the resolution has passed. Thank you to the bill writers for the vote.
Are there any motions on the floor? Senator K. Williams,
Move to require budget bill number 4.
is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Appropriations Chair Miller. And with a vote of 15-0, the motion is passed, and I'll ask Senator K. Williams to please come to your bill.
So really quickly, so this is the budget bill moving 5,000 into our security relief fund and 5,000 to our weekend retention fund. Over our last appropriation meeting, we completely depleted both funds, coincidentally to ADC for their large event. So this is just taking the last 10,000 of the residuals, of the 2025 residuals, and putting it into those funds.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you, Senator K. Williams. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator K. Williams.
Motion to break Senate rules to move budget change number 1 into the review stage.
Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Appropriations Chair. With a vote of 15-0, the motion has passed. Are there any other motions on the floor? Appropriations, Chair Miller.
Motion to review budget change 1.
Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Solomon. With a vote of 15-0, the motion's passed, and we are now in the review stage. The other discussion?
So, budget change number one is just a budget change for ADC. They want to move some money around in their budget. Because it's over 500, it does have to hit the Senate floor. So they're removing, so if you look on the last page, I think it is for eligible. They're taking away $100 from the money allocated from their DJ, making that 400, and they're taking $500 away from the money allocated to their charter bus under their travel account, and they're putting both of those into their equipment account for extra ECS charges.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, are there any motions on the floor? Senator Coe.
Call the question, budget change one.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Senator Twill. And with a vote of 15-0, the motion's passed, and I will now move into a vote. With a vote of 15-0, budget change number one has been passed. Thank you, Senator K. Williams. Appropriations Chair Miller.
Motion to break Senate rules and have finance bill number 4 moved to second reading.
Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you, Senator K. Williams.
Yeah, I have seen.
Vice President Person. Also, a point of clarification, this is a supplemental request that has been voted upon by the Appropriations Committee. It is just a grant they already approved. So just this right here is them the approval of an extra $1,000 to CSA.
The vote of 14-0, the motion has passed. And I will ask Appropriations Chair Miller to present your bill.
Thank you for showing it on the screen. I should have clarified more what it was beforehand. So this is a supplemental allocation for $1,000 to CSA for their equipment account. Their equipment account had $3,000 in it previously, which is the account maximum. So in order to have the supplemental allocation go through, part of the supplemental request is to apply an account extension to the equipment account, which will allow them to have an additional $1,000.
Thank you. Any discussion? Vice President.
Just for my clarification, there was no account maximum, didn't exceed their account maximum in any other category, correct?
Correct. The account maximums there was not any place where another account extension would have been applied.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, thank you. Appropriations, Chair Bloom. With any motions on the floor? Senator Kay Williams.
Call the question, Finance Bill number 4.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Senator Salmon. And with a vote of 15-0, the motion is passed, and we will now move into a vote. With a vote of 15-0, Finance Bill number 4 has passed. Are there any announcements? Vice President Britton.
Just like I said earlier, we have an event going on in the ballrooms right now. So I would suggest if you guys agree for a little bit after tonight, I would go there and support our fellow members. Anyways, that's it.
Any other announcements? All right, are there any motions on the floor? Senator Billy Echo.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a
If I
second?
can.
Thank you, Senator Rollins. And with a vote of 15-0, General Assembly is adjourned.
Great.